It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Prince, and it's Kuzma in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Timberwolves, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Randall out there with Gobert, and it's McDaniels in at the 3 spot. We can expect more of a methodical pace, Brent, I think, in this one. What do you think?
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Both of these teams love to run their offense in the half court. They'll slow things down. They'll love the setups. They'll try to manipulate a couple of the plays to get matchups they want. Neither side afraid to take it under 5 seconds on the shot clock, and that patience may pay off.
Kuzma, that's good.
And Kuzma spacing the floor nicely, patiently waiting and knocking down the 3.
Now here's Edwards. Conley left side. Back to Edwards. Lets the 3 fly. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
Edwards makes it dueling three-pointers, showing some leadership, getting that one back.
Randall against Giannis. Pass to Prince. Back to Antetokounmpo. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Tie game in Minnesota. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the Timberwolves, what do you guys think?
I really thought that everything seemed to fall into place for them in that first quarter.
Well, they're playing aggressive, unselfish basketball, exactly what their coach wants.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Taurean Prince is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Kuzma in at the 3 spot. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Shoots over McDaniels. And rejection by McDaniels. Over to the wing. Conley against Lillard. Conley the pass to Randall. Now here's McDaniel. Defense right on him. Randall no good. Down his high post. Edwards there. And that one's good. Lillard.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Edwards with it. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Milwaukee on top. They lead by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Joined by Doc Rivers. Coach, what did you think of the effort in the first half?
Well, the effort's fine, I guess. Defensively, we got to be better, so that's part of the effort. But they're just scoring too easy. They're throwing us around. They are so much more the physical team right now, so we got to pick up our physicality.
I'm sure that will be discussed thoroughly before the next half. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Edwards with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Yeah, avalanche warning in this one. He is just on a roll.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's Conley in at the 1. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. A miss that time would have put him up.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Conley. Pass to Prince. Bucks passing it around. And they double up Antetokounmpo. Three-pointer, Lillard. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. A 2-point game. Gobert with a screen on Prince. Great look, but off the mark. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Bucks lead by 2. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the 4th quarter, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Taurean Prince. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Antetokounmpo. It's good!
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. You wouldn't know they were down from what he was talking about. He was positive with the team. He was calm. He said he wanted to keep them focused. It's a pretty good approach, guys. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Edwards, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Taurean Prince.
And this is Edwards' game, man. When he's aggressive in trying to score, it really puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Shoot 2.
Good on the first, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
He gets them to within 1 possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense. And you know, he knows he's the leader of this team. Giannis embracing the opportunity to come through with big baskets.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Conley against Lillard. Here's Edwards. Lopez with the block.
Lopez has size and great instincts. That makes him a threat to knock shots away like that.
On offense here, the Bucks. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. And that's an intentional foul.
Second team foul. Shooting for Milwaukee, Damian Lillard taking 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Free throws always a little bit sweeter when they can add to your lead.
Three-pointer, Randall. And the rebound goes to Lopez. And so the Bucks take the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much. Giannis, you have said in the past you have even more untapped potential. So how did you put your fingerprints on this game?
I'm just here to do whatever it takes to help my team win. Did a great job executing, moving the ball, and this is what we do. This is what we do. We play together, and whatever we do, hopefully we can get a win at the end of the day.
Well, it certainly turned into a win tonight, man. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
And preparing for battle, each guy with his own approach to getting ready for what should be an excellent matchup. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here, with me, Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Joining us courtside is Allie LaForce. Now the starting group for San Antonio. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox, and it's Wembanyama in at the 5. And for the Wizards, Jordan Poole out there with Bilal Coulibaly. Then it's Chris Middleton, then there's Sarr, and it's George in at the 4-man position. Well, both of these organizations have done a good job of acquiring and developing young talent, Grant.
Absolutely, B.A. These rosters are filled with young stars. They have a chance to make some noise in the coming years. They just need to continue to grow as individuals and as a team.
Poole outside. Launches a three. Victor Wembanyama grabs a board. A chance to go 2 for 1.
And you really must play this just right.
Fox against Poole. Fox the pass to Wembanyama. That one's good for 2.
And you see how fluid Wembanyama is. 7'5" guys shouldn't be able to move like this.
Now here's Poole. Pass to Coulibaly. Poole's got room. Cans it with nobody near him.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Fox with the ball. Driving inside. The layup off target. It could go. The shot off that time. Tie game in Washington. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a minute. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, let's quickly break down the game and what we've seen so far from the Wizards, guys.
Well, you have to imagine they're feeling pretty confident the way things have gone.
But they can't afford to get complacent because of the early success. There is still a lot of basketball to be played.
Here's Wembanyama. On the court for San Antonio here in the second. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle, and it's Wembanyama in at the center. Fox for 3. Sarr pulls it in. To the inside, George. And George with the jam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Here's Barnes. It's rebounded by Washington. Poole outside. Back to Middleton. Shoots over Vassell. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's Washington up 2, and we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. 2-point game. Bilal Coulibaly out there with Jordan Poole. Then there's Sarr. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's George in at the power forward position. That's the group for Washington right now.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Back to Poole from downtown. Vassell with the rebound. Poole's gone 1 for 3 on the night. Barnes in the post. Out to Fox from the arc. Rebound Washington. Now Poole. Oh, what an effort by Poole!
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
And here's Fox. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Fox has got his first points of the game.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Tie game in Washington. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Three tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. So on the floor for the Spurs. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Wembanyama in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Over the last break, I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was telling his team. Coach wasn't very animated in this tight game, but asked this of his team: how bad do you want it? Right now, this is all about who wants it more. So go out there and take it, guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Here's Fox to take the lead. That shot off the mark. They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
George passes to Sarr. Inside, Poole. And he buries it. And Greg Popovich has called timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. 26 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. And he sinks it. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
That is a huge shot by the lefty, and Fox is proving that he can be the go-to guy when his team needs a bucket.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Second team foul. At the line for the Wizards. Two shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Gets them to fall, and those are huge free throws. It's now a 2-possession game.
Floats one. And it's Poole with a rebound. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Jordan Poole. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts him up 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Calm and cool, and his free throws put a bow on this one. Nice way to finish the game up.
A deep 3. Unable to get that one. So it's Washington picking up the win. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves, but at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed. The momentum shifted away from them a few times, especially early on. But give these guys credit for sticking with the game plan and finishing the job.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Jordan Poole.